Spokes NYC is a free iPhone app for New York City cyclists. The main features include point-to-point bicycle routes, a bike rack finder, and a bike shop finder. So let's take a look. As you can see, Spokes NYC uses the familiar Google Maps imagery. Let's go ahead and build a route. We have two text fields, one for the start point and one for the end point. You can enter either precise street address, an intersection, or a zip code. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and use an intersection for the start address. So let's say 45th Street and 6th Ave. And then for my end point, I'm going to use a zip code. So let's say 10010. We go ahead and hit the route button. And we get our route. So let's take a look at the route we just created. We have the route summary up here that shows us the total distance. In this case, it's 1.97 miles. And the route itself, which consists of different colored segments. Now, each color corresponds to a surface type. Red is for streets with no bike lanes. Blue is for streets with bike lanes. Green is for greenways or bike paths. And purple is for sidewalks that you find on some bridges. While creating a route, Spokes NYC's routing engine is always going to prefer segments with a bike lane or a bike path over just a plain street, because it's safer for cyclists. You can also change the map view from street to hybrid. In some cases, it's useful to use the hybrid view when a route contains a lot of off-road segments. So let's go ahead and navigate the route. I'm going to hit the start button here, and you see our start point and our little bike icon that goes moving along as we navigate the route. In this case, there are 8 steps, so let's just keep going. And notice how as we navigate, we see a color-coded indicator up here. So for example, for this particular leg, it's red and it says street. In the next leg here, we see it's actually made up of 3 different surface types: red, green, and blue. So let's say I'm following my route and I decide for whatever reason I need to find a bike shop to buy a water bottle or a lock or whatever. And what I can do is I can just go ahead and tap on the shops button here, and there we go. I get the nearby bike shops. In this case, it's Sparta Cycling Incorporated. I can click on this button here, get all the information about the shop, and I can even call them by tapping on the phone number. Pretty cool. So let's say I get my water bottle, whatever I needed, and I get back to my route. And we keep on going till we get to the end. And when I get to where I'm going, I want to find somewhere to lock my bike. So I can go ahead and tap on the racks button. And there I have all the bike racks around me. They can be either outdoor racks, sheltered racks, or indoor racks. So I can click on one of them here, and I can see the exact location. So let's say I lock my bike up, and I do what I need to do. I come back a few hours later, and lucky me, my bike is still there. But as we all know, this is not always the case. If my bike is stolen, I can go ahead and tell Spokes NYC about that it was stolen from this rack. So basically next time someone else or even me, if we come back to this rack, we can see that a theft was reported from this rack, and you might think twice about locking your bike here. So let's go ahead and go back to the map view. Say I want to go back to wherever I came from. I can go ahead and hit the edit button and just click on the reverse button, tap route again, and we get a reverse route. So there's also an info button here that gives you just some general information about how to use the app. And more importantly, on the bottom, there is an email link for any feedback or any kind of issues you might come across while using Spokes NYC. So that's it for now. Happy cycling, New York.